Hey, what's up guys, it's me, your boy GP, back again with another Minecraft video. I know it's been a while and I apologize for that, but I am back, and today I'm starting off with a bang. We are going to be talking about the 3 best farms to have in your server. We're going to be starting off with a classic, the Pigman Gold Farm. This farm is great for both XP, gold, and rotten flesh, which can be used for trading with other villagers. Now, I will be showing you guys how to create this in a brand new way. I hope you guys do like it. If you guys don't, let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure to change it up for the future videos. Before I get into the actual tutorial, I just want to show you guys how this would work. As you guys can see, Pigmen are already falling through, but the portal's on, so you're just gonna get a little bit of little stragglers here and there. But if I turn this switch on, that will cause the piston below to activate, and I'll show you guys that right now. So the piston has been pushed in and the observer is ready to give this other observer a signal, which causes the dispenser to lock and load. And I think I never told you guys about the glitch of this and how it works. Is that there's a glitch in Minecraft where once you spawn in a portal, there's a chance for Pigmen to fall out, just as we see here. And let me show you exactly what it's doing. So in the tutorial that I'm showing you guys, it stops right here. I don't have it going into the Trident Killer. If you guys do want to see the Trident Killer, make sure to check out my previous gold farm video. It's the exact same, nothing has changed. And along with this, the redstone has been extended below just because I wanted to keep all my controls exactly by each other so it's easier to turn on and off. But as you can see, the Trident Killer kills these Pigmen, leaving XP to come through this gap and a little bit here. But I wouldn't stand too close because you can pick up the Trident if you keep on heading down. This is the collection system. I know it's not the best. If you want to see a better collection system, check out that old Pigman Farm. I just didn't want to do this, guys. I wanted to pump out those videos fast for you guys. As you guys can see, it's already picking up a lot of loot. We got 36 gold nuggets, 45 rotten flesh, a lot of swords, and gold ingots. Now you can make an auto smelter that smelts those swords into more ingots. But without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. Here are the materials for the Pigman Farm. Alright guys, to start this build, we're going to build up 7 blocks. Now keep in mind guys, whenever you guys see these color formats, that means the pink block is the 5th block. So after you've done that, you want to build out 23 blocks from the top of that building block. This can be in any direction, it really doesn't matter. I would suggest building this over top of water as it will reduce other mobs in the area and overall reduce sound. Now once that's done, on both sides you want to build up 22 blocks and then connect them together. This should leave you with sides that equal to 23 on both the side and the top, leaving you with a 23 by 23 square obsidian portal. Now moving on to the next part, it gets a little bit more technical, but keep in mind guys, you guys are about 60% of the way there. So we have to figure out which side the Pigmen are going to be falling off of, and to do so we're going to be using this little trick, and we are actually going to need this for the final implementation of this farm. So what you guys need for this is 2 observers and a dispenser and a water bucket. Now you want to face observers in 2 different directions, just like in this photo here, with one leading to a dispenser that leads into the obsidian portal. What this will do is spam a water bucket so that you can ignite with a flint and steel to see which side they fall off of, as seen here. And here with the observers facing the opposite way with the dispenser, you can now just spam click this to see which side the Pigmen will be falling out. As you guys see, my Pigmen are falling out this side. That's why this cascading waterfall is built on this side. Now after finding out which side the Pigmen are falling, you can now create your cascading waterfall. So what you want to do is, on the leftmost side, you want to build down 1 and then build out 7, drop down 1, build out 7, drop down 1, build out 8. This will allow the water to stop right before the drop off so that they can fall down into your killing area. Now moving on to the start stop of this system, you want to skip a block from the bottom and build up. Then you want to delete every other block and replace it with a redstone torch with a lever all the way at the bottom. At the top you want to have a sticky piston leading into your last observer. This is so that when you flip the switch, it will pull back the sticky piston, stopping the water from breaking the portal. And now we can move on to the ignition system. But before we do that, it's important to note that the cascading waterfall is going to be 2 blocks away from the obsidian portal. This is just a little reference, and that now it's important to note that the cascading waterfall is going to sit one block above the base portal, stretching out 2 to the right, and that the limit will be just that 1 block. You can build higher if you guys want, but it really doesn't matter. Now moving to the ignition system, we're going to build a 3x7 cube that is lifted 2 to 3 blocks. This ignition system really doesn't matter where you put it. I like to put it 2 to 3, but it just has to be above so that the pigmen don't get hit. And yeah, so now if we look at this cutout, you guys will see 6 observers, 1 facing the opposite direction and 5 facing the other. And the one that's facing the opposite direction doesn't be covered by a stone wall, so you don't have to worry about that. But looking at the little grid outline that I have with the colored blocks, if you look at the purple block, that is where we're going to be placing our lava, with the trapdoors facing the other side. Make sure that the trapdoors are facing up in the open or closed position, depending on how you look at it. And then you just enclose it all and put your lava in, and you're good. And just another tip over here, this is what it's going to look like on your lava pool once you filled it up with lava with the trapdoors. If you guys want an in-depth video on this tutorial, just click the link below in my description. Now the next farm that we have for you guys is the villager food farm. This farm is great as you don't have to do anything and you always have a constant supply of food as long as it's in your rendering area. Now just a little note of advice right here. If you are playing on Bedrock, you don't need this second villager here. It's not needed at all. I would advise putting it just in case any system change, because before they used to trade seeds, now they don't. They might add that back in. Just to make sure this is future proof, I would put 2 villagers in. Also note that they have to have both beds and both need to have a job. But enough of that, let's get into the tutorial for this, guys. Here are the materials needed for the villager food farm. So guys, to get this started, what you guys first want to do is build a perimeter of a 15 by 14 rectangle. On one of the lengths that measures out to be 15 blocks, from the left side measure out 8, and on the 8th block place a hopper down into a double chest just like so. This is going to be your collection system in a sense. Now moving on to the next part, we have to figure out where to place these water blocks. So from the corner of one position, measure out 5 blocks diagonally, and then on the 5th block, dig down and place your water into either a slab or a stair. After that, make sure you have a 3 block distance between each of your sources, and then we can move on to the next part, which is increasing the build height by 1. And now what you guys want to do is put a minecart with a hopper on top of your previous hopper, along with the composter bin to the right of it and a trapdoor on top. Here I have a video demonstrating how to put that minecart in. You just shove it on with 2 railroads and you're pretty much good. You can delete it now. Just make sure you guys have that trapdoor on top. And now moving on to the next part, what you guys want to do is go out by 1 and then make a little cuboid, just like so as you see on the video, with the fletching table on the farthest side, and then build up your glass perimeter and slabs on top. Now you want to make sure that you guys have another trapdoor on top of the other trapdoor, and you can also put one on top of the composter bin. Now once that's done, import your villagers in and put on some torches. That's pretty much it for the food farm itself. If you guys want to see a slower version of this, check out one in the description below. It's a great video, I would highly recommend it. Just make sure you guys have the composter bin there. Another helpful thing that you can do, and this is all additional by the way, you can add some beehives in the farm or on top of that block that you're going to place around with some flowers to help let the crops grow faster. That way the villager will be able to throw them in super duper fast. Another note, I know there's a lot of notes guys, my apologies. This villager needs to have about 6 stacks of food already in its system for this to work. So it's going to take a while. He has to pick it all up and then throw it away. It's going to take a minute. So don't expect instant results. It's going to take a while. Now the last farm takes place in the nether. And this is very, very important guys, what I'm about to share with you guys. But let's quickly get into the nether and show you guys what I'm talking about. So guys, here is the ghast farm. Now important notes. You have to build this in the right biome. Right here we are in the Soul Sand Valley. And a great way to tell is by these black particles that you see right here. Don't mind that, I was just clearing up some land because there's a lot of stuff that we have to do here. You guys will see. But you have to make sure the entirety of this build, you only see these black particles and nothing else. A great way to see that you're in somewhere else is just like here, where the particles are now pink. Keep in mind, guys, I'm gonna say this again. This is very, very important where you are building this in the nether. The particles have to be black, else this will not work. Also, another thing, in the tutorial, I did end up not creating this portion right here. And so just keep that in mind that you guys will have to do this, creating a little AFK box like so, that you can sit in, land in, and a walkway. Now you'll see me create the walkway up to here, but you do have to take a left turn to actually get to the supplies right here. As you guys can see, this is already working great. Like, I just loaded into the server. Maybe with some test periods too, but let's just quickly. Now this farm is great, guys. It will produce gunpowder and gas tears, which you can make potions out of. But the gunpowder is what we're really looking at. Here we can make some great, well needed fireworks. And we can also make TNT, which is going to be fabulous, because if you are TNT boring, you'll have a great time. As you guys see right now, this is how it works. The gas will spawn in here, and because of this top area here, they won't be able to fly out. Since they can't fly out, these minecarts will then pick them up and smack them into the cactus, slowly killing them from one side to the other. That's why we only have the collection system on this side and on that side. There's a big gap there. So how this works really is, once the gas dies, it's blocked on to these powered rails pretty much, and this minecart with a hopper will pick up any of the material up top and send it back all the way here into the collection system, where this comparator checks to see if there's supplies coming in, which it is. It'll turn off the power here until all supplies are gone, and boom, it'll input it into here. Anyways, guys, let's get into the tutorial for you guys. Here are the materials needed for the gas gunpowder farm. So starting off this build, what you guys want to do is in the center of your lava lake, build a 3x3 little cube that's lifted one block above the lava lake. You then want to build out 23 blocks. Now keep in mind, guys, please use an invisibility potion just to be a little safe while building. It'll help a lot. Also, I forgot to mention this in the tutorial or draw it out, but you guys will see that there's a glass fixture that you can create on the little standby. Once you finish your 23 blocks, what you want to do is build up one block, and then on the left side build out 11, and on the right side build out 10. This should leave you with a length of about 22, including that middle center piece. After that's done, you want to extend that by 2 more rows. This will leave you with a rectangle, which measures out to be 3 by 22. After that's done, you want to build out 11 blocks on the rightmost side. Once that's done, please create another 3 by 22 rectangle. Make sure on the last row you have 1 block elevated up, so that when you place down your railroads and your minecart doesn't just fall off. So guys, starting from that left block that's elevated, put down a powered rail, and then space out 10 normal rails, then another powered rail, then 9 normal rails, then a powered rail, then end it off and complete it just like this photo right here. Make sure you guys have switches enabled so that the powered rails are turned off. Now let's go on into the offloading site. Now this is where the minecart with hopper will land and empty out your stuff. As you guys see, what you guys need for this is 1 comparator, 1 redstone torch, and 1 repeater, along with 2 double chests and a hopper, and 2 more powered rails. Now let's go look at this cutout so you guys can get a clear view. So you guys will have a L-shaped downward staircase that leads into a hopper, which leads into a chest. On the right side of the hopper, you'll have a comparator facing into a block, and on top of that block, you'll have a repeater facing back into the railroad. You'll also have a redstone torch on the farthest block. Overall, that platform is going to measure out to be 5 by 3. Now moving on to the second layer, what you want to do is place 1 block up from the original railroad and just build out a 22 by 17 little rectangle. And now we can move on to the cactus killing portion. So this is going to be a little tricky, guys, and you guys just want to be a little prepared for this because it's going to go by a little fast. You guys are going to need about 5 minecarts. And keep in mind, this is just minecarts, not minecarts with hoppers. That's only for the bottom row. So, starting from the offloading site, move up 1 block and then to the right, place down 1 block. This is on the other side of the platform. This is not included in the platform dimensions. Just want to do that, and then every 5th block after that, place down a block and you'll have this little jaggedy pattern. From there you can place down sand and your cactuses. Sorry, I mean cacti. After you put down your cacti, build up 3 blocks and remove the first 2 blocks. From there, that's going to be your first pathway. Just go straight onto the other cactus on the exact opposite side, and then on top of that row, put down some slabs. Also guys, I can't specify this enough. This will not work unless you have these black particles or another indicator along with the black particles. If you look up and see just soul sand on the roof, that is a great indicator too. So remember guys, you have to have black particles and soul sand on the top. Now let's get back into the tutorial. Now in front of the cactuses, you want to put down 4 powered rails on both sides, and then just fill in the middles with normal railroads as you guys see in this cutout version right here. Make sure you guys also have levers on the sand to activate the powered rails. This is very, very important, guys. And once you're done that, you're pretty much done. Make sure you guys have it elevated, like I said, 2 blocks above the first cactus block, and then have that 1 strip and then slabs on top. And then you guys are pretty much done this gas farm. It's pretty simple. I know I may have glossed over a little bit of stuff, but make sure that every single block is now slabbed up. So your walkway has to be slabbed up, your little thing that you're going to be AFKing on has to be slabbed up. I don't have it showcased here, but you guys will see it in the video itself. An important note guys, make sure you slab everything up in a 50 block radius, just like this and this. See, I got a little trigger happy, I got TNT, I was like, I do not want to do this. And I'm in creative, so give me a break, okay? I don't want to do it, I want to make these videos for you guys. Anyways, everything slab it up. Slab it up. It's very, very important. But this is, like I have to say guys, this is one of the best farms in the game. You'll have an infinite supply of gunpowder and an infinite supply of gas tier, so you can make your regen pots. And you know, you'll just be invincible if you're playing this on a server. If you guys are going to be using this as an AFK spot, I would suggest putting doors here and here, so you can just sit here, AFK for a bit, come back, check that area out, and you'll be fine. Also, when building this, if building in survival, use invisibility potions and fire res potions. They will save your life a lot. Trust me, in my multiplayer server with my friends, I built this and I was stuck in lava. We had to do a whole operation to save me and make sure none of my stuff disappeared. Fire res and invisibility. Invisibility will stop all the other gas in the area from shooting at you while you're building this. Fire res, if you do fall, you will be able to, you know, live. So guys, I do hope you enjoy this video, and I'm glad to be back. I can't wait to produce a lot more content. We're gonna have a server coming up soon, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, share with your friends if you guys found this useful, create it in your servers, and send me some photos. My Twitter's down below. I'd love to talk to you guys, and shout out Scudler. Have to say that, shout out Scudler. All right, see you guys, take care, be safe. See you guys. This has been your boy GP. Peace.